welcome to the video, pussy. This is a Jarryd Haynes case, and Jarryd Haynes. I didn't know who Jarryd Haynes was. You probably know who Jarryd Haynes was if you're not from Australia. Jarryd Haynes, NRL. I don't watch rugby football. Not a fan. I don't know what team he's played for. So I'm not a fan of the sport or anything like that. So this is my opinion here. This is my personal opinion. I just want to say as well, this is my personal opinion. Alright, so if you're offended by explicit content, ability to critically think, turn off the video now. Alright, turn off the video now, because some people might get triggered by this video. I just believe in sharing my opinion, and if you feel I'm wrong about anything else, let me know down below. Join me for a live debate, etc. So Jarryd Haynes, this catty cat. He's Jarryd Haynes guy, just having a bit of a Google here. It says he's convicted rapist, charged of sexual assault with a young woman in her bedroom. So you're thinking, wow, he's broke into some girl's house, young woman, maybe she's 18 or 16 or something. He's broken into her house and he's raped her. Definition of rape in Australia, I've been raped before. Like, most of my girlfriends have raped me at some point. If you know, what's rape? Rape is if you put 2 millimeters of finger or anything, you could put a freaking anything, toothbrush, dental pit, you put 2 millimeters inside someone. That's rape, legal rape, alright? So I mean, back in the 80s when I think of rape, it was, someone's at knife point, they're out for a jog and someone comes from behind the bushes and attacks them and rapes them at knife point, But these days, 2 millimeters of a freaking toothpick or whatever, finger, when girlfriends have raped me, they just grab my dong and start sucking on it, and I'll be asleep, and they start sucking on it. I'll wake up and someone's sucking on my dong. That's rape. You know what I mean? No. That's the reality, right? So when you think of, Jarryd Haynes rapist, that's the context there. It's insane. And if anyone, I don't know where to start on this video, man. Far out. It's crazy. Crazy. If you think everyone who walks free from court is innocent, you're dreaming. If you think everyone who gets convicted of a crime and gets put in prison or whatever is guilty, you're dreaming. Alright? You got evidence, you got jury bias, etc. This whole case was always going to be done from the start because we live in that post-era Me Too movement. Alright, so the situation here is Jarryd is a football star, rugby star in Australia. Alright, so that means if you're a man, he's built, he's 6 foot plus, he's a built guy, he looks like a masculine alpha man, a sort of man that women just sort of flock to. Understanding, nothing wrong with that. So this is a guy, especially in social media era, women can slide into his DMs, consenting adult women can slide into his DMs and say, hey, you smash that football, how about you come over to my house and smash me? So this girl's invited him into her mum's house. She's 28, from Newcastle, Australia, and lives at home with mum. So for me, that's a massive red flag right away. Obviously there's exceptions, but for me it's a mad red flag. If you're living at home with your mum at age 28 in Newcastle, Jarryd should have been going in there with his phone on voice memo, recording the whole situation. Put it on the table over here and record everything, because that's, my friend, a massive red flag. 28-year-old groupie living at home, invite you to come over and smash, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying that's a red flag. Things could go wrong. Okay, it's just like if you ride down the hill at 100k an hour, it's a red flag. Things could be wrong. You might be totally fine, just have a great time, but you also might hit a rock or get a blowout and you'll be hating it. So he should have had his phone on voice memo recording stuff, and then that way everyone's safe. She should have had that, he should have had that. Everyone records it, it's all good. It's no he said, she said. This whole case is he said, she said. There's no real evidence that can't be faked. We'll get into that anyway. So he's gone over to her house. She wants to smash. He's gone knocked on the door. He's got a taxi waiting out the front. He's like, this Jarryd guy, celebrity, pro athlete with money and looks. He's age 33, I think. He would have smashed, banged maybe up to 1,000 women, hundreds, who knows how many he's banged. Could be, he's the guy who could bang a different chick every single day. So I'm going to say minimum 1,000 body count on that thing. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're a man or woman, you had 1,000 of body count, nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. Right? So this is a guy. My question is, why would someone like him, you know what I mean? We use the word rape. That's what the media says, but that's not rape, man. In my opinion, like I mean, it is in the legal sense, but when I just call it sexual assault, right? Again, if you go like this to me, that's assault, right? And if you punch me in the face and break my teeth, that's assault. The broken teeth one, for me, that's real assault. Go like this. It's legally assault, but it's not assault in my book, all right? So, you know, and so she's pulled her pants down. He's given her oral sex, you know, and that's what he says, you know. And she's saying that, she said no, and she started bleeding. And he's like, oh, and he's pulled back. So was the cut on her vagina from him a ring, a nail, or his teeth, or whatever, you know what I mean? Or was it from her last night getting with some guy and just smashed town? And then Jarryd's come along the next day, you know, and he's opened up the wound somehow. And he's like, what's going on there, you know? So which caused which? What's, you know what I mean? These are the possibilities here. There's no proof that he caused that injury, which is documented by her after the fact with a photograph of the blood on the bed sheet and her vajayjay, and then she went to go see a doctor, which is a good idea to do that. But who caused the laceration? We've got no proof it was Jarryd. We've got no proof it wasn't her with a dildo or a carrot or a cucumber or the guy from the night beforehand. We don't know. And I'm not trying to slut shame or anything like that, because the word slut, I mean, that could apply to men. Men and women love sex. Just because a girl wants to smash different guy every day of the week doesn't make her a bad person, and vice versa. Right? So there's not like, I'm not trying to say, oh, yeah, she was just a groupie, wanted to bang a big, strong-looking celebrity guy with heaps of money. That's most women, man, if they got the opportunity, right? So there's nothing wrong with that. But this is the reality here. But that's not mentioned in court, you know what I mean? The context is totally lost here. You got prosecution who wants to win the case, fair enough. You got defense who wants to win the case, fair enough. They're both making a killing on money here. All right, the only winners here, really, primarily, is the defense teams who are making big bank on these cases. And it's the woman, the 28-year-old woman would be making bank from this. She's going to get massive victims of crime payout, and she'll be able to sue in civil court. So this is a money machine for her. My question is she says, oh, her life's changed and all this stuff, and it's like, well, you've invited this guy over to your house, you've said on text messages, Snapchat, so imagine what I'd like to bang with you and stuff like that. So, you know, you want to bang, you're down to it. He didn't break into your bedroom at night time and force himself on you. You invited him into your bedroom, let's smash, let's hang out, you're singing on karaoke or YouTube or something, just a bit of schmoozing and building the vibe, that's fair enough. But I love how the prosecution saying, Jarryd, you tried to seduce, defend this victim here by playing YouTube sing-alongs. You know, so what you like? That's what girls want. Girls want to sing along. They want to build the vibe up, see how they feel, and okay, you make them laugh and feel good. You know, and so the prosecution's trying to pay him in a corner where he's like, that's a bad thing to do. And this is where Jarryd made a mistake. He says, no, I wasn't trying to do that. Of course you were, bro. Every woman wants you to make some sort of effort. No woman wants to just lay there and it's like, there's no effort, there's no conversation, there's no small talk, there's no vibe build. You know, it's very, very rare you're going to walk in there and just start smashing. Right? That's unless you've done that privacy, and that's fine. That's very, very rare. It can happen, but generally there's going to be a bit of, massage and foreplay. That's what I'm trying to say. So the sing-alongs is foreplay. Prosecution tried to make it out that was a bad thing. And Jarryd denied he was trying to do that. But that was a bit of a mistake right there. So by Jarryd denying that, in the eyes of the judge, who's a female judge, who being a female judge has pressure from other women in society to carry on that Me Too movement vibe, she's going to think, you're bullshitting, all right? You're bullshitting. So if you're in court and you lie about one thing and the judge picks up on that, that ain't going to be good. That can be something super, super minor, but it decreases your weight as a as a witness or a defendant or a victim or whatever. So just remember that. Like, we always want to tell the absolute truth, what's going on there. So I feel Jarryd did lie in that context, because why else would you do a sing-along on YouTube? You want to build the vibe, build the mood, get the woman, in the mood. That's what women want. Women want to feel good. All right? She's not inviting you over there because she wants to feel bad. She wants to smash. She wants to tell her friends, I just banged an NRL celebrity. Banged a rugby. So I just, But another big mistake here Jarryd made is he had a taxi waiting outside. So she's seen that taxi, and she's thinking, wow, you're just here to smash, even though I invited you here to smash. This girl's thinking she's going to become, this woman I should say, I keep saying girl. This woman keeps thinking that she's going to become an NRL, wag, wives and girlfriend, And when she's seen the taxi, she's like, oh, he just wants to pump and dump. He just wants to hit and quit. You know what? I changed my mind now, And so that was a big mistake. He should have just spent the hour with her, Get another taxi, get another Uber. He can afford it. This dude's got millions in the bank, And so that really killed the vibe quick. All right, now she's feeling rejected. Now she hits him up on Snapchat afterwards, and we may never talk to her ever again. Blah blah. So she's feeling mad rejection. She's feeling mad attraction. She's invited this guy who she's never met. She's just watched him on TV, etc. She's invited him into her mum's house when the mum's home even. To smash, to hook up. All right, that's pretty brazen. That's fine, but that's how keen she was. She wasn't like, oh, you can't come over, my mum. Like, if a if a 28-year-old woman invites you over into her bedroom while her mum's in the next room watching TV, she is keen to mingle. All right, she's keen to mingle, and there's nothing wrong with that. So then he's got that level of attraction. She's got that level of attraction for him. Then she's in the taxi, so that drops it right down into rejection zone. Big time. So now she's feeling up. Even though the reality is, what else was he there for? He ain't there for because you're going to be a wife, or girlfriend material. And so the woman's felt rejected. So that's where Jarryd made the lethal mistake that's going to cost him. It's cost him hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now he's in prison. This dude's got a hot mama, baby mama. He's got all these attractive women in his life who be just on a rotation system, and he's made one of these women feel rejected, and then it's like, it's game over. It's game over. It's crazy, but that, my friends out there, is how easy it is for a woman and a man. Right? Men make fake rape claims, women make fake rape claims. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. That's why genuine rape victims don't get taken seriously, because I've even had women. Actually, I've never had a woman say that. I've had women say I'm a rapist, but I've never had a woman actually say, Harley Johnstone, Durianrider raped me. Because that's never ever happened. Not even close to that. But you'll have people who don't like me, like their boyfriends or whatever, say, my girlfriend wouldn't fuck Harley. He must have raped her. He's a rapist. He's a rapist. And that little China switch carries on. So you'll see people who don't like me who just call me a rapist. You know what I mean? And that's like, they're okay with that. It's like, far out, man. You are sick in the head. And so that's another thing why I always like to have the phone on voice record. One of the best things I've ever taught back in many years ago, a guy said, one day, Harley, you're going to have a lot of groupies, a lot of female groupies are going to want to jump your bones. And I'm like, what, me? Like, skinny, vegan, cyclist me? And he's like, yeah, And he says, women are just attracted to fame, looks, and or money, And I was like, well, I've got none of those. He's like, come on, dude. You're going to have a lot more as you get older and your career goes on. And he's like, you should always record interactions, save screenshots, do the voice recording your phone. I'm like, I don't even have a phone. That's back in the day when I didn't even have a phone. So it's preceding 2014. And he's like, you should always have recorded stuff, because it only takes one woman to destroy your life, or to try to destroy your life, potentially. And so that was some very, very powerful advice. And I've got an ebook coming out very, very soon. Been sat for 4 years, but it's got a whole chapter how to prevent, for both men and women, a fake rape claim. All right, how to protect yourself. No one's talking about that because it's too PC or whatever. But there's so many women out there. I shouldn't say so many. There's a minority out there. If you feel rejected, they've got mental health issues. So they'll deny that they ever hooked up with you. They smashed the heck out of your pelvis in Chiang Mai, and they will tell their boyfriend, "Oh, I didn't do that. No. He must have. I don't remember doing that. I don't remember doing that." And then the boyfriend's like, from Norway, is like, "Oh, he must have forced himself on you. You know what I mean? There's no way my girlfriend is a groupie of Durianrider. Like, not long if you are, but that's the facts. The facts." And so by recording stuff and screenshots after the matter of the fact and emails, I protected myself against any of this BS actually going to the police station. Like, no reports ever been made against me, no charges ever against me, nothing. Zip, zada. No woman's actually ever said that, ever, about me. People have Chinese whispered it. So, Durianrider's, Durianrider's a rapist or whatever. And it's like, who actually says that and who's actually put their hand up and said, Durianrider raped me? Nada, zero. So this is why this case sort of comes home to me a bit, because it's like, man, women and men, feminine men with low testosterone can twist the truth around because they hate someone. And they're using this Me Too campaign, or they use racism or whatever to hide against. And these, it's just like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So this guy was shagged from the start, pun intended. One, he's a celebrity, so everyone knows who he is. And all it takes in the jury is for someone not to like him. Not to like his football team. To be a Clem Ford fan. If you've got 11 in the jury and you've got 8 Clem Ford fans, you're done. You're done. You're going to prison. See ya. Bye-bye. Verse versa, if you've got 11 guys in the jury, or 11 men and women in the jury who've had a fake rape claim against someone in their family, they're like, hey, there's not enough evidence here. It has to be beyond reasonable doubt. The prosecution, the conviction, wasn't proved beyond reasonable doubt. It was not. It was he said, she said. All right? He said, she said. This is a massive injustice in the Australian justice system. I'm trying to sound like a lawyer, but I'm not. It has to be proven beyond reasonable doubt. Beyond reasonable doubt. Beyond reasonable doubt. Who knows who caused that injury? It could have been Jarryd. It could have been her beforehand, trying to open herself up with a big girthy. It could have been from the guy from the night before. It could have been anything. It could be from Jarryd. There's so many possibilities. Beyond reasonable doubt was not proven in this case. So it's like, next. Meanwhile, she's going to get a massive payout from victims of crime. Massive payout. She's going to be able to get on the welfare system. Taxpayers, she probably already was on welfare, which is, is what it is. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. So this person was in financial difficulty, and she'll also get a civil case going on there. Lawyers will be like, yeah, Jarryd Haynes, multi-millionaire sportsman, take it on. So she's going to get bank from this situation. Bank, bank. And in my opinion, I feel she's, can you imagine if I said, one day I woke up and my girlfriend at the time was on my dong, just gagging on it, trying to wake me up for morning sex, and I'm just petrified. All I see is their face. I can't sleep anymore. I don't feel safe in my bed. This is changing me for life. Some people are like, oh wow, you poor thing, Harley. Other people are like, come on, bro, what? Yeah, right, mate. You just plan up to cash in, right? To plan up to cash in, and I think that's really, really wrong. But this is just my opinion, right? And it's crazy. But that's how easy it is to fake a rape claim in 2021. Pick a celebrity. Have some sort of photographic evidence that you could fake by self-harming yourself. And then tell a couple of friends to create a bit of a story going, I told my friends, I told my mum, go to the doctor to record the damage that was done by the perpetrator, or maybe it's done by yourself and you're just faking it up. It's so easy to fake it, man. So guys and girls, you need to record stuff, man. You need to record stuff. Have conversation afterwards. Record it on the spot, Because it's illegal to record. I'd rather record something, get a charge for that, versus, go to prison or have whatever happens, Always record. You shouldn't have to, but unfortunately, especially people you don't know. But even then again, maybe it's someone who feels rejected by, and they're gonna flip it. They're gonna go, yeah, So I've recorded so much content over the years. And it's also good to record it because you can play it back and you can listen and go, oh, how my voice sound, or oh, my tonality was a bit off, and you can also self-improve on that. So it's like recording yourself at a running race. You can record technique and foot strike. Again, you want to record yourself in these bedroom interactions or etc. to record how's your voice sound. Did you sound when you're talking, when you're talking dirty? Did you sound confident, or did you sound a bit insecure and beta? Right? So there's that part to it as well, and there's that small percent where if shit hits the fan, you go, hey, whoa, that was coercion, or that was against consent. Well, let's just play that back and have a listen. Hopefully that never ever happens. But again, these are minority things. But there's a lot of crazy girls out there and crazy guys out there, crazy people out there with mental health issues, drug addiction. They're still living at home, living in their parents' basement, and 25 plus or whatever, And it doesn't mean everyone living in the basement is there, but there's a few red flags. If she's a fan of Clem Ford, you don't know who Clem Ford is, Google her up. Clem Ford, she's into alcohol a lot, if she does recreational drugs, if she's got piercings, if she doesn't shave her legs, if she wears Vans, if she wears, and these aren't 100% ones, these are like, strong red flags here. If it's the Clem Ford one, follows Clem Ford on Instagram, and all these other things, then you're like, definitely press record, all right? It doesn't mean you can't have some interactions with people, I'm just saying. Record it. Wears Vans, hates her dad, what else? Dyes her hair, has nose ring, has lip piercing, is on SSRI drugs, is on welfare, follows NRL players, has an eating disorder, has a boob job, has tattoos, I think we mentioned that, has hair extensions, wears a lot of foundation. Yeah. The primary one is does not dad. Had a bad relationship with dad. And again, I'm not trying to say, this is like whatever. I'm just saying these are red flags. Right? These are red flags. Damaged people want to damage others. So if a damaged person feels rejected by you, you better hope you press record. You better hope you press record in those interactions prior. Because man, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Just type on YouTube, fake rape claim. And there's guy, because there's no consequence to that. The guy can go to prison for 20 years. If the girl says, yeah, I lied, if it's the first offence, she's like, okay, 6 months to turn sentence. So that, and she gets to keep the money she got from victims of crime, etc. Especially if she's on welfare, she can't pay it back. She goes bankrupt, she keeps all the money. He or she keeps all the money. So this isn't about a he or men versus women situation. This is just about people versus people. Men can make a fake rape claim. Women can make a fake rape claim. I'm not trying to divide it here like Clem Ford does. These are just, everyone's just people at the end of the day dealing with insecurities, bad relationship with the mum or the dad, drug addiction, alcoholism, prescription medication abuse, caffeine, overdoing it, etc., etc. So hopefully this video was a bit of insight into the, I want people to critically think. Media says, football star attacked woman in bedroom. Instantly you think that, oh man, he's crawled through the freaking window and he's raped her. Pinned her down and raped her. Versus invited her over via Snapchat, 2 weeks of sexting. She's keen to smash. And then she sees a taxi, now she's like, I don't know, I feel rejected now. Oh, what? Actually, I'm bleeding. Oh, you raped me, that sort of thing. All right, so that happens so easily. And this Jarryd guy, if he was like that, how come she's the only one in Australia who's put her hand up and says, hey, if someone's like that, there's going to be a stack of victims in the lineup. This guy's a celebrity. He's got different girls every day of the single week. Why would he force himself onto one when he could go, okay, you're not down? No worries, because I got Stacey, I got Tracy, I got Katrina, I got whoever. Cool. Have a nice day. See you, mum. Bye. This dude's got so many options, man. So many options. So this story, in my opinion, doesn't hold any weight. There's no proof that she causes injuries herself or he caused them. It's beyond reasonable doubt. It has to be proven beyond reasonable doubt, and it wasn't, in my opinion. Let me know down below what you thought of the case 25 minutes in. That's the deal. End of the day, record, and avoid making a woman feel rejected, because hell have no fury like a woman rejected. If she was into you and you make her feel rejected, man, you have not felt the power of mentally ill people. When you've got someone who's into you and then they feel rejected and they've got mental health issues, man, God help you.